Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy snap? Like instantly people stiffen up or someone decides that they don't like you even before you've said a word. For years, you probably thought that something was wrong with you, that you were too much, too intense, or maybe just socially awkward. But what if I told you that reaction isn't a mistake? It's an energetic mechanism. You're not just an empath soaking up emotions, you might be the most powerful and disruptive empath of all. You might just be a Heyoka empath. In the Lakota tradition, the Heyoka is the sacred clown, or also known as the fool. But don't let that name fool you. This isn't about being silly. It's about doing things a little backwards in order to force spiritual growth. It's about reflecting or flipping the script on normalized narratives and assumed roles and identities. Most empaths, they absorb energy. The Heyoka reflects it. You are a walking, breathing mirror. And today I'm going to show you the 5 signs that you carry this rare starseed frequency. Sign number 1, you're a human lie detector. And I don't just mean that you have a hunch. I mean you physically nauseate when someone is being inauthentic. For example, when a Heyoka meets someone who is faking love and light, you know the type, spiritual bypassing. You see the truth beneath the mask. In fact, you may even have insight on what makes a person tick that verges on a psychic phenomenon. You might be instantly aware of hidden agenda and motives. Their shadows and insecurities may be glaringly obvious, not because you're psychoanalyzing them. The awareness first starts as a flash of insight mixed with an emotional or physical sensation. You may even ask yourself, where'd that come from? So you hold this awareness lightly until behavior after behavior verifies and clarifies what your system already knew. That tension you feel, that's their mask realizing that it doesn't work on you. Yes, the mask has consciousness, not the kind that can survive on its own though. It's a fragmented part of our own consciousness, but more on that in a minute, because the vulnerability of the mask is what creates sign number 2, the instant dislike. The instant dislike is by far the most painful sign, but it's also the most validating one. Why do some people hate you immediately? Because you're a mirror. If they're insecure, then they look at you and see their insecurity. If they're jealous, they see their jealousy. You are forcibly showing them what they are trying to hide from themselves. You aren't doing it on purpose though, it's just your frequency. You disrupt stagnation just by walking in the door. It's like that part in the never-ending story, when the boy warrior Atreyu has to face his true self as one of the trials to save the world of Fantasia. Atreyu looks in the mirror and sees who he really is, which is the reader, also known as the witness consciousness. And in this case, in the never-ending story, the reader is Bastion. Now, growing up, this movie was one of my favorite movies. I can't even tell you, I can't even guess how many times I've seen this movie. And I remember as a kid being confused as to why both Atreyu and Bastion were upset at seeing that Bastion was actually experiencing life through Atreyu's eyes. I didn't have the term avatar in my vocabulary yet, but that's how I understood what was going on. And for a really long time, I didn't realize why this realization was so scary for both of the main characters. Atreyu was terrified by the realization that he was not whole, that he was an extension of yet another consciousness, one that had a bird's eye view, a witness, and then in this case, the witness was the reader, Bastion. And for Bastion, this was the moment in the movie that he realized that separation had occurred, that Atreyu, the boy warrior, was the archetype that held the blueprint of his own consciousness that was courageous enough to fight and retain the world of childlike wonder and creativity known as Fantasia. And I think it's important to note here that Fantasia was only saved when Bastion decided to name the childlike empress. In other words, to take guardianship of the inner child. This was the moment that Bastion truly grew up, when instead of allowing his creativity and his wonder to disappear, he integrated it, along with the boy warrior Atreyu. You, Heyoka, are the mirror. Ego and identity, they're the same thing. And everyone has an ego, and ego is essential to function in this lifetime. However, in order for our ego to be healthy, we must first go through the discomfort of realizing that we're more than our identity. And this is what is often called an egoic death. And it can be terrifying, especially for folks whose egos are already fractured into a collage of eggshell-thin masks that hide shame, anxiety, and deep sadness. When your field reflects these fractured, separated masks, this is when you will often hear the feedback that you're too intense, or you make someone feel uncomfortable, even if they can't give you a direct reason why. An illusion cannot remain intact when it sees its own reflection. And in a world that is created by separation and defined by illusions, truth, wholeness, and authenticity are often seen as disruptors, which brings me to sign number 3. Sign number 3 is that you heal through disruption. Standard healing is often soft and gentle. Heyoka healing is a lightning strike. You might use humor at a funeral. You might say the one thing everyone else is afraid to say at the dinner table. You break the tension. You shatter the illusion. Just like a super empath, you don't enable victimhood. You challenge people to step into their power even if it makes them mad at you at first. Many comedians are Heyokas. The quintessential Heyoka is thought to be witty, perhaps a little sarcastic, and have a dark sense of humor that pokes fun at the absurdity of society and human behavior. But not always. Some Heyokas are more subdued. They may annoyingly give off a mysterious vibe that intimidates some and intrigues others. You may be the first to speak truth to power, and as a result are seen as either courageous or crazy. But to you, it just feels necessary, like you might just implode if you abandon yourself and fall in line. This healing through disruption also shows up as sign number 4. And sign number 4 is you are a walking pattern interrupter. Have you noticed that electronics glitch out around you? Or plans suddenly change when you show up? Have people been angry at you or even disliked you for modeling or suggesting positive life changes only to implement the very changes that they hated you for? Here's an example. A person at work is a junk food junkie. They're actually having some health issues, but make light of it. They make fun of you because they see that you try to be conscientious about what you eat. You haven't even suggested anything to them, but your presence in the break room always triggers them. A year later, you hear how they have been eating more clean and exercising. They let others know that they are feeling better, and you notice that they haven't mocked you in a while. They may have no idea that your presence had any influences on the changes that they implemented. And even if they do, it is highly unlikely that you will get credit or even an apology. But rest assured, this is the Starseed mission in action. You are here to break the Matrix code. You are here to interrupt the program. Which brings me to the last sign, sign number 5. You just can't help being eccentric. You've tried the safe corporate career path, but it just didn't stick. Despite your best efforts, you either got fired, burnt out, or you just got so fed up, you quit. Or perhaps your career is conventional, but every other part of your life isn't. It's full of expression, and you prioritize passion and purposeful activities, whether that's art, advocacy, or the study of unconventional topics, which might have even been what brought you here today. Or perhaps like me, you grew up in a very conservative, maybe even fundamentalist household, and as hard as you might have tried as a youngster to fit in, you just couldn't help but to push against the walls of those boxes you were told to stay in. The more the Heyoka matures, the clearer it becomes that beige boxes just aren't made for them, because you're here to burn the boxes. If you've identified with these signs, stop apologizing for your intensity. The world doesn't need more people who are nice and compliant. The world is shifting and it needs truth seekers. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's a weapon against inauthenticity. If this video resonated with your life experience, join our free community in the link below and get VIP access to virtual events. And if you want to know how to avoid overwhelm in social situations while you're reflecting all of this energy, Join me in the next video on how to repel negative energy in social situations. Thank you for joining me. My name is Gulvig, and on Be the Whole You, we bring metaphysics, healing, and truth-seeking into your everyday life. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.